Hello neighbor, this is Curt with etrailer, and today we're going to take a look at the Yakima LongHaul hanging bike rack and see how it works with our 2020 Grand Design Reflection. Now, if you go ahead and decide to purchase this bike rack, please share with us what you like about it or even maybe what you don't in the comments below. We'd love to use your stories to help our other neighbors make the best decision possible for themselves. Now, this is a hanging bike rack that's capable of carrying up to 4 bikes at a maximum of 37.5 pounds each. There are 3 points of contact. We've got 2 right here on the top bar, and then right here on the side bar, we've got another one. And all of these operate the same way. They work very simply. There's 2 tabs on the side. You pull them up, and then you just, clamp them and ratchet them in from there. There's a rubber padding around everything, so you're not going to damage the paint on your bike at all. And there's a couple of other cool little features that come with it too. There is an integrated cable lock in the back, and that is going to be able to be key-to-like with the anti-rattle hitch pin that it comes with as well. Now, if you have an alternative frame, or if you've got a women's bike or a kid's bike that needs to go on here, somehow these straps may not quite work right. Yakima does, however, have an adapter for those type of bikes for this rack, and it's available right here at etrailer.com. Now, let's talk a little bit about how it fits specifically on our Grand Design Reflection. As you can see, we do have a ladder back here, and really from the hitch pin there, if we're looking at the rack clearance to the ladder, the bike rack from the back of the vehicle is going to come out 11.5 inches to this point. So if that clears whatever ladder you have back here, that's great. The thing to keep in mind though is handlebars. So we actually picked one of the largest frame bikes that we have here. These are almost 15.5-inch handlebars. As you can see, we're banging into it just a little bit. And this bike rack actually comes with 2 different size straps, a smaller one for 1 or 2 bikes and a larger one for 3 to 4. And what that strap will do is go through your spokes, tie the bikes together into the outpost, and that should help reduce any of the wheels from spinning or your handlebars from knocking around as well. But that is something that you want to be a little bit conscious of. Also, you always want to put the larger, heavier bike up toward the front and get lighter as you go. And I had mentioned, that there are some, straps that could go all the way around, get them all tied together. That's really going to be the best way to ride around with these. Otherwise, everything's just going to be kind of, going wild a little bit. And as far as ground clearance goes on this, it's really not that much of a deal. We're talking about 17, little under 17.5 inches. But really, this isn't coming out far enough in the back that I'm really too worried about it bottoming out if I'm going up a steep incline or driveway. The one thing you do want to be conscious of though is just how high, if you have a 37.5 pound bike, we want to make sure you're comfortable getting it up onto the rack. So from the ground, we are looking at about 60 inches. So just make sure whatever your bikes weigh that you're comfortable getting them up 60 inches so that you can mount them up here into their cradles. And one more measurement that we want to take is just to see how much extra space this is taking up behind our 5th wheel here. That's going to help us out when we're getting backed up or trying to fit in anywhere. But for the rack itself, this is going to come out just a little over 41 inches off of the back of the trailer. Now, of course, if you have a bike all the way at the end here, you'd have to account for whatever extra handlebar might be coming off. But the rack itself is going to be just a little over 41 inches. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show how we can remove the bike here. One of the first things I'm going to do is to do this strap here. Now, when you have a really tight fit between the tire here, unlike these that you could generally just pop them both down at the same time, it's a lot easier in this circumstance to kind of get them fed through one at a time. It just makes it a lot easier than trying to squeeze it in and clamp it down like that. But once I have the one out, I'm going to do the same thing up here on both of these. Pull it right out. And then I'm going to need to lift my bike and feed it through here. And now I'm either ready to store my bike or ride off on the trail to my next adventure. Now that I've got the bike removed, I'm going to go ahead and feed my straps back through. No point in getting them lost somewhere. And then I'm going to use this button up here, kind of pull it forward just a little bit, and I'll be able to collapse this down and significantly reduce that footprint coming off. Now it's taking up just as much space, you know, pretty much as it did the space behind here. Now we've reduced that down to about 15.5 inches really off the back of the RV, so that just makes it a lot easier. It's a lot less to worry about maneuvering when you're in the back there. So if you've been on the lookout for a hanging bike rack that is specifically made and designed for you to use with your RV, the Yakima LongHaul is an excellent choice for you and your 2020 Grand Design Reflection. I'm Curt with eTrailer. Thanks for stopping by.